secure attachment is the foundation for healthy self-development. We know that when an infant and a young child has secure attachment, the brain actually develops more rapidly than if the child has insecure attachment. Mm-hmm. So if the brain is developing more rapidly, then all developmental domains will develop more smoothly and efficiently. There's several developmental domains that are particularly important and relevant to attachment. One is, as I mentioned, self-development. So self-development is essentially the child coming to know and have a sense of awareness and comfort with the unique and distinct individual that he or she is. So the self becomes differentiated, the self becomes able to explore what he or she might be interested in with some degree of confidence. Self-development leads to self-esteem and self-confidence. And of course, those are valuable qualities and experiences to have as the child is growing up, and for any adult as well. Because attachment is fundamentally a relational experience, healthy, secure attachment also contributes to the child's relational development. So secure attachment means that during later childhood and during adulthood, it's most likely that the person's relationships with others will not be problematic beyond a normal range. I mean, all relationships are challenging, even in the most secure people. But if there's secure attachment, overall, relationships later in life tend to be smoother and less problematic. Mm-hmm. Another area that is very valuable, very important, that's relevant to this is the development of emotion regulation. When an infant is very, very young, he or she has very little ability to manage and control the emotions. That's why we see infants and young children sometimes just, screaming and being so upset, like the world is coming to an end. It's just emotions are overwhelming, and they don't have any self-soothing ability from a very young age. So they learn that emotions can be soothed if the parent is attentive and responsive and provides soothing for the infant when that's needed. So the infant is, screaming and crying and is all upset. The mother sees that, is compassionate, is concerned, picks the child up and says, "Oh, don't worry, it'll be okay," and provides soothing words, soothing contact, physical contact. And gradually the infant learns that, okay, as upset as I can get, there's also the possibility of calming and being soothed. That experience gets internalized over time, the experience of being soothed by the mother. And when that's internalized, we have the ability to self-soothe, so that when we get upset, there's an internal experience that we can automatically draw from that tells us, oh, okay, I'm upset now, but I don't have to always be upset. And there can be maybe images that come up in the mind or certain self-care abilities, and that promotes emotion regulation. And that's a very important ability to have later in life. There are certain psychological problems that adults have where emotion regulation is not very well developed. And those people can have overwhelming emotions, and that creates problems in their own lives and in their relationships, of course, as well.